Okay, I don't want to roll again, so I'm gonna back up. No! Ah, man. Man, that's unfortunate. Hello and welcome back to some BeamNG. I have got one of the greatest mods that I've seen as far as Ultra4s go pop up on the repository for free. I will leave a link in the description because I highly recommend reading the entire post about the making of this mod because it goes into great detail. I believe this is a collaboration between Rough Country Crawling and BDR. So, fantastic mod. However, I want to see how it'll do against this long crawl course. This is definitely a pretty lengthy, pretty technical crawling course. So, I'm just genuinely curious how an Ultra 4 car will fare when it comes to some more slower technical crawling. Now, one thing that gave me this idea was like the 24 Hell and Back. There's been a couple episodes where they have Ultra 4 cars go up, and it's pretty interesting. So I wanted to do something kind of similar. Now, I haven't really done this, but I've tested just the beginning part because I just wanted to, make sure everything was working how I intended. Now here I got to be a little careful because it is actually pretty easy to roll here. So I'm gonna try to not do that. And also with the Ultra 4s, you got to be real careful with the throttle because obviously they've got a lot of power and are very fast, but that is not necessarily what we're looking for. So I'm gonna try my hardest to not do anything dumb right off the bat. Ooh, getting a little sketchy there. I'm just gonna try to power out of it. There we go. That's pretty sweet. The benefits of an Ultra 4. When in doubt, throttle out. All right, there we go. Now this is where the more technical stuff will start. Now again, I know this is not built for like straight up crawling. This is more like a race truck with some like very capable off-roading abilities, but not quite full-on crawler. I'm gonna try my hardest to not make any mistakes. One thing I did do is I did lower the PSI of the tires just a bit. I think they're stock like 22 or something like that PSI. I went ahead and brought it down to 13 just so hopefully it would help a little more with traction on some of these rocks. This is where it kind of starts to get pretty sketchy. All right. Just again, when in doubt, throttle out. That was sick. Okay. Now, I didn't necessarily think this part would be too hard, but there are a couple parts that I could see being a little challenging just because of the angle they're at, and this thing does seem like it might roll in some of those angles, so we'll see. But yeah, this thing so far has been super sick. I was kind of scared we were gonna roll back there, but we are all good. Now I'm not necessarily trying to go through a fast time, just because again I want to see like how far we can get. But yeah, I'm not trying to necessarily race it, but it is nice that we can just absolutely send it when we want to. Try to push the camera a little bit. There we go. Just an easy mistake to make, but one that would be really annoying is just to accidentally pop a tire off the left side there. That would be really unfortunate. Like, yeah, some of these where we start leaning, I do get a little worried just because there is a ton of flex with these, but it's definitely a much stiffer race setup as opposed to like crawling. So I'm going to be pretty careful. Oh, no, 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 no. We can't recover. Well, I'm going to try to get back to that spot. That was a pretty good crash, though, all the way to the end. All right. Coming up on where we flew off. I'm going to make sure to be a little extra careful. The thing, though, that I realized is it's just a little too twitchy and jumpy to be as precise as you would want. But obviously, it's not really designed to do this type of crawling. But it is still very fun to try to do as a challenge. Alright, here we go. Whoa. This is where I need to really focus on making sure the tires go where I want them to. There we go. It's getting a little sketch there, but made it. Okay. I have to be very, very careful here. Okay, I don't want to roll again, so I'm gonna back up. No! Ah, man. Man, that's unfortunate. All right. I'm gonna really try to focus on this one. Try to keep my left side up on the rocks. I might try to take a slightly different. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, that. I don't think. I mean, that's my third attempt on that obstacle. But definitely not my third attempt so far on the crawl itself. So, unfortunately, I think with the way it's currently set up, it's not particularly good at just crawling. However, I feel like we should all kind of know that this is still a beastly vehicle. Definitely go download it. I have some more ideas. There is a King of Hammers map. It's really, really long, but it's on the Johnson Valley map, so I'm gonna probably try that out with this car. So let me know in the comments if you want to see that. And until the next one.